What's happening on I-10 eastbound in California? Kevin was there last night when it happened.
Hi everybody, got a little story for you about flash floods. Yeah, my name's Kevin. I'm a OTR driver for CRETE Carrier, and this is the joy of trucking. Hit that subscribe button. I want to tell you a story. A little run today from Phoenix, Arizona to Redlands, California, just the east side of Los Angeles. As soon as I crossed into California, you go over the Colorado River, it started getting real windy, and I think I got like 24,000 pounds on here, so it was kind of moving the truck around quite a bit, you know. So I had to slow it down for that. Slowed it down for the 55 speed limit in California, of course. A few miles on, it started to get real like brownish, dirty looking, you know. So next thing I know, I'm in a sandstorm. I could see the truck maybe half a mile ahead of me, but nothing beyond that. And as I've been coming across Arizona in the afternoon, I noticed there were some columns of water coming down out of the clouds, like really dense, hard-hitting, isolated showers. There'd be like one or two over there and one over there, and you drive along and now you see another one over there, and just this total torrent downpour of water hitting this one spot. So as I got into California, I noticed that it was getting grayer and grayer and a lot more overcast, and then the wind, and then the sand was blowing hard and slowing down. And then I got into the rain, and it started raining, and it rained harder and harder, and the next thing you know, we're only doing like 35 miles an hour, and the wipers are going back and forth like crazy, and yeah, you know, the spray is throwing up off the tires, and it's getting harder and harder to see. And then it started letting up. It did last quite a while, and it started letting up, come around a curve, and there's a semi lying on its side in the ditch. I guess in the rain he didn't quite see the curve, or maybe he slid off, but there's a trucker lying on his side, you know. Hope he's all right. And about a mile later, we all hit the brakes real hard. Everybody stopped all of a sudden. And I remember a couple of times in the past where I went through heavy, hard-hitting rain like that, and then we all come to a stop, and it was some kind of accident up ahead. So the first time it happened, we sat there for like 4 or 5 hours. It was a long time. It was such a bad accident. A lot of people got hurt. That's why it took so long before we got moving again. So I was settling down to what I thought might be a very long wait. After an hour or so, I noticed people were getting out of their cars and going to take a look, and I could see, you know, less than half a mile up, I could see something on the other side, and I noticed there was no traffic going in the other direction. So I'm westbound going towards Los Angeles, and I noticed there's no traffic going eastbound. So I thought, wow, it must be a really bad accident if it shut down both sides. There's a 4-lane divided highway, and there's a big gap between the two directions. So I got out and took a look, and the sun was starting to go down, so I figured, you know, now would be the time to go look if there was anything to see, because then it's going to be dark. So I walked up. It was almost half a mile. When I got there, I saw on the eastbound side, the highway had washed away. It was kind of a construction area, and they'd put up Jersey barriers and that sort of thing. And they put up these big corrugated culverts. They look like they're a good 3 or 4 feet in diameter. And there was a few of them. And then they just piled dirt on it and compacted it pretty good, and then paved it so people could still get over, you know. It was gone. You could see some of those big culverts that actually washed underneath the westbound lanes and were downstream somewhere. And you look at where the bridge had been, the culverts were all tossed all over the place. The dirt was all gone. The Jersey barriers had fallen in. Well, I took some video so you can see it. By the time I got up there, and I talked to some other guys, and they said that a semi had jackknifed in our lane going westbound, and I'd noticed a couple of big big tow trucks had gone by on the shoulder a while earlier, so they were trying to pull it off to the side. And then somebody said, "Hey, road's clear, we're gonna move." So I had to run all the way back to the truck, jumped in. As soon as I jumped in, people started moving ahead of me. I got there just in time, started moving through, and then I could see again where the road had been washed out. And then I could see the semi on the right-hand side. It was jackknifed, but it was pulled off to the shoulder, and the wrecker was there with it. I went a little further, and there was another washout on the eastbound side. And then I saw trucks and cars lined up for the next 5-6 miles. And there was no place for them to turn around. There was no exit in all that distance. And the traffic was locked up so hard there wasn't barely room for even a car to turn around and try and get back on the shoulder or something. So those people were going to be stuck there for a long time, and I couldn't see them getting equipment up there to fix those washouts anytime soon. So, moral of the story is when you get really hard hitting heavy rain like that out in the desert, and I'd never seen it rain so hard like that before in that area. Usually it's just desert. It's all just sand and rocks and little shrubs and tumbleweeds blowing around. I did notice today it's all green. Everything is green, so I know they've been getting some rain out here lately. Yeah, when it comes down hard like that, something bad's going to happen because those flash floods come through and just take everything with it. So that's our story for today. I hope you liked the video. Give us a thumbs up. I know you got some stories of your own out there, so put some comments down below and hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you all down the road. Bye for now.